The State of the Union, with the invitation officially sent to the president, we have the latest on what the president might touch on during his speech. Also, a con artist gets to work. After being in office for almost 1 week now, we talk about what the newly elected president has done in the short time he's been there. Also, another impeachment, we take a look at a bill introduced by Speaker of the House Armand Foley to impeach the Secretary of Defense. All that starts right now. And good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Parker Jackson Show. As always, I'm your host, Parker Jackson. We are back after an extended break due to weather-related issues and tornadoes and storms that hit near me, causing issues of power and Wi-Fi over the past few days. We are back now, and we should be with you for the rest of the week, so thank you for joining us. Let's get into the open tonight and our headlines from today. Starting off with, a con artist has received an official invitation from the Speaker of the House, Armand Foley. In the invitation stated that President, a con artist, is invited to deliver his first State of the Union speech in front of a Congress session. This comes as a crazy week between the president and a con artist. As just a few days ago, President, a con artist, was impeached by the House of Representatives, with impeachment proceedings being led by the Speaker of the House, Armand Foley. The State of the Union is set for March 25th, 2022 at 7 p.m. EST. As of now, we have not received confirmation from the White House that a con artist has accepted the invitation to deliver the speech, but stay with MSNBC for full coverage on those events. Moving on now to a con artist's busy first week in office as he takes over his first fully elected president in our country's history. Starting off, he sent major nominations to be confirmed to Congress, with almost all the nominations being passed fully and right away, allowing him to start developing his new administration. Some of those major names that he nominated were Alex J. Cabot for Secretary of State, Yiddish Shield for Attorney General, Chiluk Santi for Homeland Security Secretary, and Ted Nozo for Deputy Secretary of Defense. Along with that, the president created an executive order to establish a new Internal Affairs Institute to ensure all federal officers and employees will comply with the law. In addition to an applicable executive department and agency policies may be designated by two various heads of the executive department and agencies with the president. Also, tonight we are talking about another impeachment, possibly. Speaker of the House, Armand Foley, established a new resolution today for the impeachment of current Secretary of Defense Carl L. Schultz due to a violation of 10 U.S. Code 113A, which states there is a Secretary of Defense who is head of the Department of Defense and appointed by a civilian life president. By and with advice and consent of the Senate, a person may not be appointed Secretary of Defense within 7 years after relief from active duty as a commissioned officer of a regular component or of a rammed armed force. He then proceeded to ask the Committee on Judiciary, Ethics, Rules, and Government to launch an impeachment inquiry into him. We reached out to the Speaker of the House for a statement, and he said that the resolution had been withdrawn. When we asked for a comment, they did not respond. That's the open for tonight. Joining me now is MSNBC correspondent and contributor at large, William P. Nixon. Good evening, William.
Good evening, Parker. How are you?
I am doing great on this fine evening. I'm glad to be back with everybody. But I guess, give us your thoughts on the new Internal Affairs Division being instituted. I know we were talking about that before we came on. How do you feel about that?
Well, I think it has precedent from NUTA, the Office of Government Ethics, Bureau of Internal Affairs Bureau, but it seems whenever an executive order happened for an internal affairs entity, that it would end up being used by the current president as a political tool to oppress, suppress, attack his opposition. And I really think the FBI Criminal Investigative Division, under all color of law currently present, and all departmental and agency HICOM, I think they're well enough able to enforce the law and the policy that stands.
Yeah, indeed. Now, we also talked about the State of the Union address. What do you think he'll be talking about in that State of the Union?
I think he's gonna get up on stage and he's gonna point fingers at Armin and supporters of Armin for trying. Uh, he calls the process of impeachment treasonous, which I really get a kick out of, and then he hmm?
Hmm?
Yeah, go ahead,
and
William.
it seems that he goes on about respecting democratic processes and institutions, but then he gave Chilux Ante Secretary of Homeland Security to get him out of the Senate to appoint someone who wouldn't convict him. He did the same thing with Atomic Ghost for Internal Affairs Bureau Director. It's really sad.
Interesting view on the topic there, and I think joining me now over the phone is Secretary of Defense Carl L. Schultz. Can you hear me, Carl?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so in my opening headlines here, we talked about you possibly being impeached, and then the impeachment was dropped, and we reached out to Armand Foley, and he really denied to comment and denied to give us any in-depth look at to what was going on. So I guess tell us what happened.
Well, Margaret, that's news to me as I just got on from the days of work and school. Um, to me, it's quite unfortunate that Congress is even considering this, given the fact that Razura HF and I co-founded ARUSM together along with some of our friends. And this is how they come and thank me for, months of work and time and money into ARUSM. The only reason why I came back as Secretary of Defense for a second term is because ACON asked me to. I only did it for USM. It's not for any political gain. It's not for any social status. I really just came back to help USM. And if Congress really believes this is something that they feel they need to do, then they can go right ahead. But don't ask me to stay in AR American Role Play at all if this is how they're going to thank me. So
Well, Carl, do you know under what grounds you were impeached for? I mean, I read the thing, but I couldn't really shift out and make
unfortunately,
out what you were being impeached for. Do you know exactly what it was for?
yes. So it is a U.S. code under the title of Secretary of Defense that establishes the position, and the condition is you cannot be Secretary of Defense within 7 years of being a commissioned officer. And unfortunately, that does. It is true. I still hold a commission as President Bain nominated me, and the Senate confirmed me to become the General of the Armies, which is an honorary pay grade, and as well as me serving as Vice Chairman with an O10 pay grade. So I mean, regardless if it was honorary pay grade or an active pay grade, I still have held a commission within the past 7 years, which would convert into 7 months in AR terms.
Yeah, indeed. And I mean, you brought it up as well. All these different impeachments and stuff going on. It's a very crazy time. And Liam, feel free to jump in here too. I mean, you see what happened with the Akon impeachment and then what was going to possibly happen. And then Armand really just, I don't know if he felt like he was in the wrong at some point when he withdrew it. I mean, I reached out for him to comment on this story and he really denied to provide really anything at all. I mean, he basically gave me two words, withdrawn, and that he was not going to comment on why he withdrew it. So, how do you feel about being targeted like this? And do you think that this, if we continue doing this to other people in our community, will we survive?
I'll go first. I don't really see it as targeting. I understand it is against the law, but also at the same time, is it really a law that we should really, pay attention to? I'm in the midst of trying to pass legislation in which this overturns this U.S. code specifically, as well as just reorganizing the Defense Department as a whole to fit Roblox terms. Um, you know, if I get impeached, it is what it is. But again, like I said, I'm not going to come back. And I feel some others would do the same. And I'm not forcing anybody to leave with me if I were to get impeached. I'm not for that. But at the end of the day, it's really up to them. And I really brought a lot of people over from NUSM and just other groups that I've been a part of, and they've put nothing but great work and dedication in ARUSM, and I could not be prouder of the progress we've made in the past few months as a new country and also as a new military group. But it's really sad to see that Congress is going to take act that is considering action like this against me. And it just sets a bad precedent for anybody that wants to put in time to AR. It's like, well, if this is really how they're going to treat people that put in this much effort in AR, if this is really how it's going to result for anybody else that wants to do the same.
Yeah, indeed. And Liam, I'll let you kind of give us the final word here as far as this segment. But as we have seen in the past few days and few weeks around AR, there's been a lot of drama. There's been a lot of turmoil with the election going on, the impeachment not working. There's been a lot of drama. There's been a lot of news going on. Do you feel that if we continue this drama and this division throughout our country, will we survive?
No, I think drama is a good thing, and just to draw a clear line between anything going on in relation to Akon and Carl is I really can't speak to the merits or reasons innately behind Armin doing what you say he did there with trying to impeach Carl. But I know if it came to the Senate, I would not vote to impeach Carl. He's a pretty good guy. He's doing a good job. I think we should reward those who do good things for us instead of punish them.
Yeah, indeed. And thank you both for coming on and giving us your insight. And thanks for coming on here and helping us figure out what was going on, Carl, as well. All right, guys, when we come back, Michael Smith joins me, and he's going to give us a weather update across the nation as storms have been sweeping across different parts of the country throughout the week. He is your full weather alert coming up next.
What do you call a crunch wrap with double the seasoned beef, a crunchy taco, and a large drink for just $5? Dunno, but it better be grand. Or grande. It's the $5 grande crunch wrap meal, only at Taco Bell.
I have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now there's Skyrizi.
Things are getting clearer. Yeah, I feel free to bare my skin. Yeah, that's on me. Nothing and me go hand in hand. Nothing on my skin. That's my new plan.
Keep your skin clearer with Skyrizi. 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. Of those, nearly 9 out of 10 sustained it through 1 year. And Skyrizi is 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
I see nothing in a different way. And it's my moment, so I just gotta say.
Skyrizi may increase your risk of infections and lower your ability to fight them. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, such as fevers, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or coughs, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Ask your dermatologist about Skyrizi.
We're focused on one thing, burgers, ribs, fajitas. Just that one thing, burgers, ribs, and fajitas. We're reeling in our menu because it got out of hand. We had a moment of self-actualization. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back.
Tile. It's unstoppable. It can go on the floor, the walls, into nooks and crannies. It can go everywhere. The Home Depot has Tile's latest trends and textures, from classic to unexpected, all at an unexpectedly low price. Tile.
And welcome back to the Parker Jackson Show. Our good friend Michael Smith here is joining us over at the round table with the look at your latest weather.
That's right, Parker. Good evening, everyone. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Fox weather section of the Parker Jackson Show tonight. I want to let everyone know that Michael Smith reports will not be on tonight, but I'm going to be giving you all a full breakdown of the latest weather going on across the country tonight, as many tornadoes swept through America tonight throughout the week, and is continuing to sweep through America this week. Let's go ahead and let you look at the latest weather radars from Fox Weather. Now, I want to show you that there was a huge tornado that's hit New Orleans. It was an EF3 tornado that hit the outskirts of New Orleans yesterday evening. I want to let you see the recent New Orleans tornado that you see over there. Now, these are the current counties with severe thunderstorm watches in Ohio and in Indiana and southern parts of Michigan. You can see those areas are under severe T-storm warnings tonight. And these are the latest severe storm threats for today and going into tomorrow. You can see Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, and Ohio are some of the main places with high watches tonight. And this is the tornado tally from Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi. Over 28 tornadoes were found throughout the March 22nd to March 23rd region to today. So you can see that's the diagram of some of the thing that we found. I'm going to let that scroll on the screen. But many, many lives lost. We've lost over 50 people throughout the 23 tornadoes that have hit throughout the United States. I want everyone to look at that tonight, again, until 9 p.m. Eastern time. That just passed. But you can see there, that was all these areas that have been under a severe thunderstorm watch throughout the evening. Macon, Albany, Jacksonville, Charleston, Charlotte, Cincinnati, Toledo, all major populations that are under severe thunderstorm threats tonight through tomorrow. So if you're in those areas, be sure to really find a safe spot, because I mean it's definitely going to be a wet and wild road for you throughout these few weeks. But stay with continue to stay with MSNBC for the latest news on that from our partners over at Fox Weather. They have been keeping us up to date with that. All right, Parker.
Yeah, but thank you, Michael. I know that earlier in the week I've experienced some of those tornadoes near me, and it was a very
That's
scary
right. I
time
mean,
if
and
you
it's
think
really
about
bad.
it.
I mean, with us being in North Texas area as well, I mean, it has not been fun. It hasn't been pleasant. I mean, it's been bad storms. I mean, it has not been good. And I've just been talking to some friends over in Florida. It's been really bad over there as well. So it's not good. But I mean, our Canadian friends over there, they know a lot about snow. They know a lot about rain. I mean, maybe, but they know a lot about that snow and sleet. I just, all that cold weather is. That's why I can't live in Canada. I can't do the cold weather, because the cold weather is just, oh man, it is something. It's really
Definitely
something.
not. William, do y'all have like swimming pools?
Yeah, we do. Well, it's basically like
indoor?
Florida with a winter.
So
Oh,
how do you,
wow,
so y'all just
interesting.
cover your swimming pools during the winter time? You don't have, so y'all have swimming pool, but you just have to cover during the winter time, huh?
Yeah, we had some de-icer chemical in the filter thing.
That's very interesting. I could never do the cold though.
I
Ever in
can't do
my
the cold. You know, I'm Texas born and raised. You know, it's nice. It's typically nice and hot in Texas, but these last few days, these last few months, you can't tell. It's been rainy. It's been cold. I mean, it's just not been good weather at all. And I mean, they said even on the radio and even on the news that it's actually more likely to have a stronger chance in Central Texas for storms now than North Texas. It's that they're extending the tornado alley line down to Central Texas now, which is absolutely insane. When the last time a tornado actually hit Austin, which is like, oh my God, that's crazy.
Oh gosh, it probably had to been. It was. I know it was over 10 years because that's what they were saying on the TV. But yeah, it was crazy time. And
Over
I mean, I'm just grateful that nothing happened to me. But
I know.
a lot of
I mean, it was
people,
bad.
a lot of people had damage, and I mean, we were lucky. But yeah, it was pretty bad out there.
It was. It was
You guys
really
have
bad.
seawalls?
Would you say,
Like
William?
you guys have like dikes and seawalls?
Yeah, and I want I'm on the Weather Channel website, and I want to just tell everyone this is from the National Weather Channel chat room, and that is again, I guess in Round Rock an EF2 touchdown, as well as in Travis County near the lake, an EF2 possibly touchdown. And then this is in the Dallas-Fort Worth area as well, in Tarrant County in River Oaks, an EF1 touchdown, as well as an EF3 in Jacksboro, Texas, touchdown in Jack County. It's about 45 minutes from me, which is just, it's crazy. I mean, that is just, horrible. One of the hardest hits areas in North Texas was a high school. There were actually kids sheltering in a gym when this was all happening, which is just, God,
Couldn't
that's
imagine
crazy.
that.
I could not imagine. I would be praying to God that nothing bad happens. So, all right, guys, that's what I have here for the news area. I'm going to send it back to you. We can probably wrap up, and that's what I got.
Yeah, indeed, and we'll see how the ACON administration responds to all these hazardous weather conditions.
I know. I mean, I wonder if Akon is experiencing all this bad weather. I wonder if Akon's house has been, his trailer park has been destroyed by a tornado.
Oh, come on, Michael, come on.
I wonder if his
All
trailer
right.
community has been destroyed by a tornado. You know, because they gotta. He lives. No, he lives in a trailer, right? He lives in a trailer.
I did not know that. But everybody, that's Michael Smith over there for you. All right, William, give us
Thanks.
your final thought.
Sorry, what did you say, Parker?
Go ahead and just give us your final thought.
No, well, I think I said everything we're saying. You should stay tuned to House v. Senate and any future legal matters that may come in relation to the ineligibility and treason of ascending to office of Akon and Matrix. And stay tuned. That's about it.
Yeah, indeed, everybody. My final thought for tonight is we're very divided right now. This country is very divided, and it's going to be interesting to see which way the division goes in the upcoming days and weeks. I mean, after the shocking election where nobody saw a con artist becoming the winner out of it, we're very divided right now, and we'll be covering the news each night. So thank you for joining us, and thank you for the support, and have a great night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.